You wake up before your alarm. Not because you're motivated, not because you're excited. Your body just knows. For 12 straight years, it's learned the rhythm of survival. 6:47 a.m. Same ceiling, same phone glow. Same quiet dread before the noise of the world begins. You tell yourself you're lucky. You have a good job, a stable income, benefits, and what looks like security. But as you lie there, staring into nothing, a strange question drifts across your mind. Why does life still feel so fragile when you're doing everything right? Why does your bank account seem to reset to zero like a video game every single month? And why, even though you make more money than your parents ever imagined, do you feel closer to being broke than you do to being rich? This isn't just bad luck, and it's not poor planning. This is something much deeper. This is the paycheck illusion. And I promise you, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's meet Amanda. Amanda is 35 years old. She earns $92,000 a year. To her friends, she's made it. But in reality, Amanda is living on financial life support. Her paycheck doesn't land in her account, it evaporates. Before she even has a chance to touch her money, it's already been quietly divided. Rent claims its share. Her car payment politely takes a piece. The utilities whisper their bill. Subscriptions take their silent, steady bite. Then come groceries, insurance, internet, phone, gas, student loans. And by the time Amanda finally opens her banking app, there's barely anything left to command. She still eats, she still drives. She still scrolls through Instagram on her couch. So her brain tells her, I'm fine, but she isn't building wealth, she's just maintaining motion. It's like running on a treadmill that looks like a highway. You're moving, but you're not going anywhere. This system, this invisible cage, doesn't trap you with chains. It traps you with comfort, a nicer apartment, a smoother ride, a better phone. It's a lifestyle that feels like progress. But it behaves like gravity. Every time you get a raise, your obligations expand to meet it. Every upgrade you make tightens the loop around you. Soon, your income doesn't even feel like it belongs to you. It belongs to your lifestyle. And suddenly, the idea of quitting your job doesn't feel bold or exciting. It feels dangerous. You aren't free. You're just highly financed. Now let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus earns a six-figure salary in the tech industry. But every Sunday evening, his stomach tightens into a knot. It's not because he hates his job, it's because his entire life needs it. His mortgage depends on it. His 2 car payments depend on it. His kids' private school and the vacation plans he's already put on a credit card all depend on that one paycheck. One day, he gets a raise. He feels a moment of relief and exhales. But just 2 weeks later, everything has adjusted upward. The stress returns exactly as it was before. Same pressure, just with a different number. Because the system never lets you breathe. It only lets you float, and only as long as you keep paddling as hard as you can. So here's the real test. Here's the truth that no one really wants to confront. If your income disappeared tomorrow, how long could you survive? 1 month? 2 months? 3? If that answer scares you, then you are not secure. You are suspended. You're living inside a comfortable cage that requires your constant presence just to function. You've become a predictable revenue stream to your landlord, to your bank, to all the corporations you pay, to the economy as a whole, but not to yourself. The turning point comes when you realize this fundamental truth. We were all taught to chase income. But income is temporary. Wealth is what remains when the income stops. The game was never about earning more. It was always about building distance between what you make and what you need. That gap is your oxygen. That gap is your freedom. And every single dollar you can redirect from obligations and into assets is one step out of the illusion. So how do you escape? The plan isn't dramatic. It's not reckless, and it won't happen overnight. But it has to be intentional. First, you have to consistently keep your expenses lower than your income. This is non-negotiable. Second, you build an emergency runway. This is your financial safety net, enough savings to cover several months of living expenses. Third, you start converting any excess cash into assets, things that can grow in value or produce more income over time. And finally, you create optionality. Because the moment your life no longer requires your job becomes a choice. And choice is real freedom. Think about it. The entire paycheck system doesn't want you to be rich. It wants you to be busy, predictable, and comfortably dependent. It wants you to keep running on that treadmill, thinking you're getting somewhere. But awareness is what breaks the spell. Once you truly understand that comfort is not freedom, that income is not wealth, and that stability is not safety, everything changes. You don't see money the same way again. You start to see doors where you once saw walls. You see exits where you once saw a dead end. You see your own power. And from that moment on, you're no longer trapped. You're awake. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, give this video a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.